What is going on, everybody? AHS Rules back again with another video, and it is WrestleMania Saturday and Sunday, and I'm here to give you my WrestleMania 39 / WrestleMania Goes Hollywood predictions. I got my Los Angeles Clippers hat on, Hollywood, Los Angeles, same thing. Now, if you know me, I'm a Grizzlies fan, and it's very weird that I have to wear this. I had this hat, I'm going to wear this hat. I had it planned all week to wear it, then I realized, oh crap. Not only do we play the Clippers once, we play them twice, and they're very toxic games for no reasons. But I want to put that disclaimer out there. I got my Rey Mysterio shirt on. Congrats to him for going to the Hall of Fame. I was just thinking of this, like, this is obviously a re-release of a retro shirt, but like, if you were a kid and you just started getting into the wrestling like 05, 06, maybe even 04, your first favorite wrestlers were most likely Cena or Rey. And for me, it was Rey. I remember specifically when he won the world title, soon after he won the world title, I got his t-shirt. It's like a white ringer shirt. He's got the black mask. That's besides the point. Y'all want to know about WrestleMania 39 and my predictions for the show. I just wanted to get a little bit of banter out of the way. And I will be giving my thoughts on WrestleMania 39 and even the night after WrestleMania Raw this Tuesday on Shooting the Breeze episode 3. And I'll also be talking about a little bit about Supercard of Honor, which I did a predictions video for that. And I'll go over the results of that and that episode of Shooting the Breeze. But before we get there, we have to go through this card. Now, this card is very unorganized, and I did not know really the best way to go through it because they released a graphic on Thursday. It's like, here's the nights. So I have the nights organized, and I have them mixed in between because I was going to write it in order of that, and I was like, that last match I'd have to talk about. I probably wouldn't want to talk about that last, but you get the point. So I got all the matches on these cards. If there's anything to be added, I'm already doing this video last minute. I think it's on them. So, the first match I'll be talking about is for the United States title, Austin Theory, which I'm pretty sure on the graphic it said Theory. I'm pretty sure it goes by Austin Theory now. Not the biggest deal. Versus John Cena, again, for the United States Championship. As much as I would love to see John Cena win the United States Championship, I just don't think his schedule is going to allow him to. I would find it very weird that he literally appeared once in the build to this, and then he wins the championship from it. Like I said, I love Cena. I would love to see him with the championship. I just don't think it is reasonable for him to do it. So I'm picking Theory for logic-wise. And again, obviously, a lot of people have been speculating this, and I wouldn't be against it. I would be a little bit. Not that much. Actually, I wouldn't be against it. A lot of people are like, he can win it and then lose it the night after Raw, and whoever he beats, or whoever beats him, would have a massive moment. And it does make sense, but like, just let the massive moment go to Theory. I know a lot of people don't like Theory, but it's just kind of the case. And Theory's had a very weird year where he was pushed, and then obviously he got smacked in the face, and he tried to cash in this freaking Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't even talk about it. On the U.S. title, it was a very weird year for Theory, and this would kind of cap it off. He did lose last year to Pat McAfee. He needs a sentimental moment, maybe. I don't know. I just think logically Theory is going to win just because I don't see Cena with the championship. Again, if Cena wins, I won't be bothered by it. Next, for the SmackDown Women's title, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. If Rhea Ripley does not leave as SmackDown Women's Champion, I would be bothered by it. So I am picking her. The whole story of this match is, hey, Rhea lost to her 3 years ago for the NXT Women's Championship at Mania. And Rhea's had a great year. And her first main roster title run is very unmemorable. So now I feel that she's had such a great year, and she's ready for another title run, and I'm ready to see it now. So I pick Rhea Ripley to win this match. And it's just like Charlotte, like, ever since she won this title, it's just like very random appearances. Just like, it's felt like a weird title run where I feel we're ready for Rhea, and she's going to have a better title run than Charlotte. That might be, again, looking too much into that. Next, Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. I like all the competitors in this matchup. It's very weird because I was thinking, like, this feud's kind of been set up since November, but, like, it's even set up a little bit before because Damage Control attacked Becky Lynch after SummerSlam, and then that wrote her off, and then she came back for Survivor Series. And it kind of has gone on for a long time. And obviously, Becky and Bayley had the steel cage match. That's supposed to be a big deal. But it's just like, again, that feels so long ago. And I felt that maybe Trish and Lita, and again, it kind of bothers me that Becky and Lita are the women's tag team champions. But I understand that they want Becky to have, like, I was thinking, like, with the women's tag team titles, like, a lot of the notable women's competitors have held them. Rhea, Charlotte, Bayley, Damage Control. There's Sasha Banks, Naomi, but like, and Becky hadn't. But obviously, while these tag teams have been around, she's been in the main women's title run and role and not worried about the titles. But it's just like, I felt like they wanted her to have a time with the title, and it's just like, again, they haven't even defended it. It's just like very much accessories. I hate saying that, but that's just kind of how it feels. And in my opinion, what I would have liked is Trish and Lita to be women's tag team champion, beat Damage Control, and then in this Fatal 4-Way women's tag team match that I'll get to later, they're involved with that, and we get a big blow-off match with Becky and Bayley with a stipulation. What that stipulation should have been, I don't know. You should have checked my how I would have booked WrestleMania video, because I don't even think I answered. I think I said I quit. But who knows? But we're here. We got a massive match. I think it's going to be good. I'm picking Becky, Lita, and Trish just because I feel it'd be a big moment for the three, and Damage Control, I just feel they haven't really won or done anything of big as recently, which would obviously kind of go in their favor to win this matchup. But it's just like, it's Becky Lynch, one of the biggest names in the division, and it's WrestleMania. I feel that they are more willing to give her a big moment over Damage Control. Next, somebody that really needs a big moment at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul. The last 3 years for Seth. Last year, he was involved in a massive moment with the return of Cody Rhodes. But guess what? He lost. Then the year prior, he lost to Cesaro, which a lot of people were praising and happy Cesaro won. And it kind of felt like Seth was forgotten because it was like, oh my God, Cesaro won at WrestleMania. And then the year prior, during one of the weirdest WrestleManias of all time, he lost to Kevin Owens, which I feel a lot of people forget about that. And then, even crazier, the year prior, he did beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship in the opening contest, which is like, Seth has constantly, during this time period, put on great matches and moments. I know a lot of people have critiques of his character during this time, like even like when he was Universal Champion onward. I haven't really had that much of a problem with his characters. I know, again, like I said, a lot of people do. I don't. But he's facing Logan Paul, which I might not even said he's facing Logan Paul. And I do not like Logan Paul for stuff outside of the WWE. Obviously, I've never understood the hype around the Paul brothers, and it's just like, so many people talk about them, and I just try to avoid it. And then obviously, he's in the WWE, and I have not gone out of my way to watch his matches. Obviously, I watch the pay-per-views / premium live events that he's on, and I just kind of half-ass watch them. And obviously, he has done some crazy stuff in those matches, and again, I feel this one, he will do some more crazy stuff. It's just like, I don't like Logan Paul. I understand a lot of other people do. I understand a lot of people watch these shows strictly for him. I'm not. I hope Seth wins. I'm picking Seth to win, and he has a great. I said great. I was going to say crazy, and I was also going to say great, so I combined it, said great. Great 2023 after this, and we see him do something significant. Next, I was talking about it at the very beginning of this video. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. And this, I feel, is the hardest match to pick. And I'm going to pick Dominic Mysterio for... there's a couple of reasons. The main one being, I don't think this is going to be their only match. I think that they have a lot of momentum has gone on with this rivalry. And compared to these other... a lot of these rivalries have been going on for months. And I think this one has gone on the longest. Now, obviously, there's a big break period once Rey got moved to SmackDown. But obviously, Dominic was mentioning Rey every week. So it's just kind of like, my point kind of stands a little bit. But I feel there's a lot of momentum going on. We still, for a rivalry that's been going on for so long, there's a lot of that left that we can see. And there's a lot of people that have suggested this, and I would love to see it, and I'm not against it. Eventually, we get a hair versus mask match between the two. And again, with Dominic winning this matchup and Ray not wanting this matchup, but Dominic does, Ray really wants to beat Dominic, and then Dominic's like, I'm not giving you the match, I already beat you. And like Ray has the roles reversed in their future matchup. So I feel that Dominic, this will be a big WrestleMania moment for him. And again, shout out to Ray. He did go into the Hall of Fame. I know a lot of people are like, well, what if he retires? I don't think he's going to retire. It was definitely very weird to throw him into the Hall of Fame this year. And it's just, especially while he's still competing, and probably, hopefully, it's up to him. If he wanted to retire, I wouldn't be that mad, because actually it's his decision at the end of the day. But it's just like, it's very weird to put somebody into the Hall of Fame that's going to be competing for quite a while. But I picked Dominic mainly because I don't think this is the end of their story, and it would be better fitting if the roles are reversed in their future matchup, where Ray really wants the matchup and Dominic's the one not wanting to give it to him, and Dominic gets his big WrestleMania moment. And again, this is just like the first match. If Ray wins this, I wouldn't have a problem with it. Next, probably the first match I should have talked about, just because there's been no hype. I hate to say no care, because I like the competitors in this matchup. It's just like, I definitely question why it's on the card. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders. I am picking the Street Profits mainly because they haven't, again, they kind of had a Seth Rollins type year where they put on big matches, had big moments, but they were also on the losing end of a lot of those. And I feel that they need a big moment, and there's a lot of rumors that, they might break up soon, and a lot of people have been pushing, wanting to see a Montez singles run, but it's just like, it's a tag team. Y'all just kind of throwing dirt and Angela like that, so I think give them this big moment, because they didn't win last year, and they haven't won a lot this year. Like, they didn't win the tag titles at all this year, because the Usos have had them. So I feel it'd be a big moment for the Street Profits, and maybe, who knows, maybe they'll have new tag team champions to challenge as the main, hopefully, I'm going to say it was the main event. Everybody's hoping that this is the main event of night one. We don't know. It's still up in the air. For the undisputed tag team championships, the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'll admit, WWE has done a great job of these little subtle teases of Sami and Kevin not trusting each other, because the promo on SmackDown where Sami's just standing far away from Kevin, Kevin's just kind of looking like, hey, we do have a matchup. Hey, can you not do that? So, and then with the Usos, the same thing's kind of going on with them, but it's just like, they are actual brothers. They kind of have a bond and all that crap. I'm picking Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn because I really want to see them as tag team champions. And I feel that the tag team division really needs to change. And the Usos have had their tag team titles for a long time, and there's no better place to lose the tag team championships than at WrestleMania. And I feel that a lot of people wanted Sami Zayn to have his big moment at Elimination Chamber, and we're finally going to see him get his big moment at WrestleMania. So that is it for WrestleMania Saturday. Now for WrestleMania Sunday. This is a very weird card. There's 6 matchups. Obviously, a lot can change between then. Like I said, I don't think I said it, but it's like Bobby Lashley. He got screwed. Now, this first matchup that I'm going to talk about, WrestleMania Sunday, Brock Lesnar, Omos. I'm picking Brock Lesnar. I really doubt Omos is going to win. If he did, that would be crazy, and I would love to see how everybody react to it. I think this matchup is mainly built up on Brock Lesnar F5ing Omos, which the more I think about it, the more crazier I think the reaction is going to be, and that a lot of people are going to be like, fine, I'm glad that this happened. If he doesn't F5 Omos, though, a lot of people will be like, why did we do this? Why did we do this? That being said, in my WrestleMania, how I'd book WrestleMania 39 video, I was really for this Brock, Bobby, 4 fight pit match. And especially now that we're not even having Bobby on the card and Brock's going against Omos, I really would have liked to seen what I suggested. Especially, like, out of everything that I suggested in that video, that's what I wanted to see the most. And who knows? Maybe Bobby beats up Omos and we get the 4th match, even though it's definitely not going to be in a fight pit. It's just like, well, we just got the fight pit ready? No. So, I would rather see Brock versus Omos. That way we get the F5. And hopefully it's a big WrestleMania moment that a lot of people won't forget. Next, another tag team showcase match. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, which I feel bad for Liv Morgan because most of her year from WrestleMania to last year, WrestleMania this year, she won the Money in the Bank, she won the women's title, and then she just did nothing. And even last year, she teamed with Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley turned on her, and we never, there's that 6-person tag match. It was Finn, AJ, Liv versus Edge, Rhea, Damian Priest. We never got, a proper Rhea, Liv blow-off match and just a big deal. And I feel that if they try to, with, hypothetically, Rhea wins the women's title, and then they try to throw Liv. It's just I think Liv should be her first challenger, but I feel a lot of people have already forgotten that, hey, Liv was in the same position last year with a different person, and it's very similar, but Raquel Rodriguez had a good rookie year on the main roster, but Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Natalya and Shotzi, who have nothing really. The only thing they have in common is that Ronda Rousey beat them up. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, I don't care. And Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, and like I said, I still like Ronda Rousey. I know a lot of people don't. They're just all against Ronda Rousey. I think there's still a little bit of star value there with Ronda. That's why I'm picking Ronda and Shayna to win. And like I said, I wish this match was for the women's tag team titles and that Ronda and Shayna could win and they have a tag team title run. And because I would love to see them as a tag team, and it would have a lot more value if they're tag team champions. And it would add a little bit more value to the women's tag team championships. No disrespect to Damage Control, who did have a good reign, but Becky and Lita, sometimes I forget they're even tag champions now. But it's just the main reason I'm so against this match is that most of these teams are just thrown together, and then after Mania, they're not going to be a tag team anymore. Next, I don't know who to pick in this matchup. It is a Hell in a Cell matchup. It is Edge versus Finn Balor in another rivalry that has gone on for a very long time. I said that Rey and Dominic has been going on. Again, both of them tie in. I don't know which one's been going on longer, and I don't know who to pick for this matchup because obviously I picked 2 other Judgment Day members, and that's kind of made me want to pick Finn. But this whole time, I've been thinking, Edge is going to win. Edge is going to win. He needs this win just because we haven't really remembered a lot of the things that Edge has done. And Edge has even mentioned, can we just get this over with? So, because I don't have much time left, and I want to do stuff outside of Judgment Day crap. So I feel like Edge needs this win, and he can move on to other things. Where if he loses, it's just I'll spend all this time to lose. So I, again, think this is a 50-50 match. And for Finn, like I said, I picked the other Judgment Day members to win. It would make the Judgment Day look weird. I can say and make them look weak if Finn lost this matchup. It's definitely 50-50. I'm going to pick Finn mainly because I think it would help the Judgment Day out, and he is going to be Demon Finn Balor. It is not official until I put pen to paper. Obviously, it's going to be right here. I'm going to go back. I'm picking that match second to last because we got 2 more matches that I know I want to pick. Raw Women's title match. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Bianca has held this championship for a year, and Asuka has been probably her most serious contender just because we had already seen her beat Becky once. We already expected her to beat Becky again at SummerSlam, and then obviously throughout the year we've had some good and some bad matchups. Where with Asuka, the way she's being built up now, she's a serious threat, and it's time to see something new. Again, we've had a lot of long title reigns, and just when you look at the Raw brand, there's nothing really for Bianca to do, and maybe she can challenge for the SmackDown Women's title if she loses this matchup, or even challenge Asuka again. But it's just a lot of people want to see Asuka win this championship, and I think that she will. Next, my pick for match of WrestleMania. Triple Threat Intercontinental Championship match. Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre. I'm picking my guy Gunther. For the match, or for one of the things that I said in my things I want to see after WrestleMania video, I'm I want to see Gunther on top of the world. I want to see him break the Intercontinental title record, which I believe he's got to hold the championship again until September. I want to see him win King of the Ring. And then this time next year, he's challenging for a world title. Who's going to be world champion? Who knows? But I just want to see Gunther do a lot of things. And I feel that there's a lot of a story with if Sheamus and Drew, they're both mad that one another's in this matchup, and Gunther is mad that either one of them can beat him. I'm just picking Gunther just because I feel there's more of a story with Sheamus and Drew being mad that they lost. Whereas Gunther loses, what does he do? Because I don't think right now he's immediately ready for the world title picture, just because I feel there's a lot left with this Intercontinental title run that he's on. Maybe if he loses, he wins King of the Ring, which, again, I suggested he'd hold the title and win King of the Ring, but who knows if any of that's going to happen. But I just think Gunther is going to walk out as the champion. Now, back to I try to call it 8 different matches. The Hell in a Cell match. Edge versus Finn. Who do I pick? I know I argued a lot for Finn, but I'm going to pick Edge. If I'm wrong, I am wrong. I'm not going to be mad at either result. I just marked. I'll show y'all all that I marked at the end that way. I didn't cheat. I picked Edge just because I feel like he's wasted so much time and energy on these guys. If he loses, he just looks like a big idiot. Now, to be fair, Finn will look a little bit like an idiot if he loses as the Demon. But the last time that we saw the Demon, he lost. So it's just like, even being the Demon, maybe this would reamp it, make it a bigger deal. It's just like, Edge wasted so much time with this crap, and then just losing kind of makes it feel like it was pointless and we should have ended this a long time ago. So that's why I picked Edge. But if either person wins, I wouldn't be that mad. Now, the main event, one of the biggest matchups in WWE/WrestleMania history, undisputed WWE Universal title match, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. I am picking Cody Rhodes. I know that Roman's had a long title reign, but when you look at the only time I could imagine Roman losing his championship during this whole timeline was against Drew McIntyre, just because that was in Drew's environment. It was a big deal. It was a big show. And then they threw the swerve of adding Solo Sikoa to the Bloodline, where now the Bloodline is slowly crumpling. Solo just lost his undefeated streak by getting beat by Cody, and Solo kind of has a little bit of tension with Roman. The Usos, again, I predicted to lose their tag team championships. So Roman, with his other guys crumpling, he crumples too, because they're not going to be there to help him up. Cody Rhodes, again, every person that has lost to Roman has declined and kind of, I don't want to say been in a worse position, but when you look at, they're going against Roman. They're going against the top of the card. You haven't really replicated, like, I don't want to go through his whole time, but just like, Jey Uso, who was the very first challenger he had, has kind of stayed at the same level. Because, like, Kevin Owens went downhill after, I'm going to go through as many. Daniel Bryan and Edge, I'm not going to really count just because, and obviously, I'm going through, look, I could go through some TV matchups, but it's just like, Daniel Bryan and Edge, like, Daniel Bryan left the company, and then Edge eventually challenged him again, and then he kind of was. So who did he face? Cesaro wasn't at the same level after the matchup. Edge, I talked about. Cena doesn't really count. Brock, we saw the matchup a lot of times. Finn did go down. He did beat Big E, but that wasn't even a title match. There wasn't any in December. I kind of skipped through the year. 2022. 2021. I can see in that my memory is not the greatest. 2022. Who did he face? He faced Goldberg. Again, a lot of these kind of don't count because a lot of these are squash matches. Like, he did face Sammy on a random SmackDown a couple of years ago, which a lot of people did forget about that. Then he faced Brock. It's just like, Brock has not been in the same level since. It's just kind of like, we did see the matchup 3 times. We don't want to see it a 4th. So, but Brock obviously hasn't been in a main event level since. He beat Riddle, which Riddle, went on a downward spiral. Sorry, but like, kind of the truth. But it's just like, with Cody, this has been the best, besides Drew, who again, even Drew hasn't been at the same level. Cody has had the story for a year. He's been building the story for a year. He's been talking about being world champion for a year. And he called a shot, and he is here ready to win it. Like I said, the bloodline is crumpling. It'd be very weird if the whole bloodline is crumpling and Roman stands strong. And again, there's not many people for Roman to challenge, or for people to challenge Roman after this. Or with Cody, it is a whole new world. And with Cody winning, it would be a massive moment. It would mean a lot. The only, there's 2 reasons I think Cody wouldn't win. They want Roman to have the championship for 1,000 days, which I don't know how many days he's got left. I don't want to see him win. And I don't think WWE has this stigma. A lot of people do think WWE thinks this. They don't want to put the World Championship on an AEW guy. Now, obviously, AEW's been kind of mentioning it in this storyline, but it's just like, if that was the case, they wouldn't have signed him because he was an AEW guy. You're not just bringing him in to lose. Now, it might be like a Triple H where he beats all the WCW guys. Just goes like, haha, WCW, you suck. So this might be like, hey, AEW, you suck. But I don't think that's the case. I think they're kind of over that crap in 2023. That is like the only two reasons I would see Cody winning. But like I said, I want to see him win because it'd be a massive moment. It creates a whole new world. And if Roman losing would mean a lot more and create a lot more storylines for him than if he wins. Because obviously, there's another rumor that he's taking time off Mania. It's just like, then what are we going to be doing? What are we going to be seeing? What are these guys fighting for? If you can't challenge for the World Championship, that's not going to be there. With Cody, he really wants it. And he wants the World Heavyweight Championship. If Cody was a nice guy, he would vacate the Universal title after this. And then it creates two whole new worlds. So that is my predictions for WrestleMania. Goes Hollywood, WrestleMania 39. I'm going to sit back, upload this video, sit back and relax and enjoy these two cards. This Tuesday, like I said, I plan on doing Shooting the Breeze episode 3, where I recap and I'm not going to say review, but I'm going to go through my favorite parts of WrestleMania and Supercard of Honor. And then sometime next week, I announced it in my things that I would like to see WWE do after WrestleMania video. I'm going to create a 2023 WWE mock draft between Raw versus SmackDown. And who knows what the WWE will look like by then. It will be, hopefully, a lot crazier. So, enjoy WrestleMania. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.